All right, it says we are live on Rumble. Let's double. Oh, why did I do that? That's not what I needed to
I
do. I need to do
I don't
this.
know.
Okay, yep, we're live on both.
Okay. I don't even know what today is, so it isn't
Today
even on.
is the 5th, February 5th.
It, is that all? It seems like it's later in the month.
Oh, trust me, I already called the water company. Like, why haven't I was like, I thought we were supposed to get a water bill. What's going on? They're like, oh, you haven't even rang up an account an amount yet, so you're good. It's like, oh,
Okay.
okay, well, thank
It
you.
feels like it's the 10th already or something. I don't know where it's going, but it's going.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we're live. We're using OBS today instead of EdMux. Uh, and we're going to try it today and tomorrow and see how things go. So, welcome everybody to Rex Sisters. Today is Thursday, February 5th, as Crazy Bee said, 2026, a little bit after 7 o'clock.
The year of our
Please don't,
Lord,
yes,
2026.
I was going to say that, but I don't want to get anybody's bowels in an uproar today.
It's old
So we'll
school.
we'll let Crazy Bee do that.
Mhm.
Uh, Please don't forget to like, comment, follow, share, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. We really need to get our numbers up before the end of our first year, people. So if you haven't done so already, please do any of the above and we'd appreciate it.
It's getting there,
And
at least on Rumble. YouTube is, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Maybe we need to do more shorts or something for YouTube. I don't know.
I've
We'll
got to
see.
figure out time to
Yeah.
edit them. We'll see what we can
Yeah.
pull off.
Yeah. So I've been up since, well, I fell asleep. I don't know. I want to say around 10:30ish and was up at 12:30. So I've been up since then. 12:30 this morning. I have been hit, well, slapped, pinched, punched, kicked, almost head-butted, bit, snorted on, pooped on, uh,
All the
food,
bodily function.
all the body. Yeah, I didn't get peed on though.
Oh,
Uh, my,
good.
see, my pants, my t-shirt, my jean shirt, and almost my foot was wiped upon with snot, food, juice, milk, whatever.
Typical baby.
hmm Let's see. He crawled around everywhere, and I basically chased him. And I can't pick him up and carry him, so pretty much he's either grabbed under the armpit, or if he gets too fast, I'm grabbing him by his pants, by the back of his pants, and like picking him up and redirecting him.
Now, as
And
wrong as
basically,
this is, and people will find it horrible, cattle prod will keep him, or electric wiring will keep him away from things he shouldn't go near. Invisible fence.
that
Invisible
that
fencing
that
for the dog.
there you go. That's what I needed to house for him. Let him get a little zap. Uh, Followed me
And I
around the
say it
kitchen
jokingly,
island.
don't ever do it.
Yeah, right. Followed me around the kitchen island. Tried to get out with the dog. Uh, Tried
Mhm.
to chase the cats.
Oh, of
And
course.
then yeah, and then when I picked him up, he cleaned the floor rather nicely. I'm thinking of putting one of them mops on him.
I
You know what
do
I
not
mean? And
see a
just
problem with putting Swiffer mops on his hands and knees.
exactly. I'm thinking of making like one big Swiffer mop. You drop the kid in it, off they go,
Yep.
and just let the whole carpet, the wood floor, the
All of it get
ceramic,
cleaned up.
the tile, all of it. I could just let them, have at it.
You got to
So
sweep less now.
exactly. And I thought for sure that, well, he's getting both his canine, the top teeth are coming in now.
Mm-hmm.
One's through and the other one's, so slobber is the name of the game right now.
Like
And I
having
thought,
St. Bernard.
yes, I thought for sure I was going to get a good 3 or 4 hour nap out of him. I put him
No.
down after what me and you talked.
Yeah.
Well, you called me and I said, "Oh, I'm getting ready to put him down." It was like 10:30ish
Yeah.
or 20 to 11 when I called you. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I'm going to try to lay down here for a minute. And he was up at 12 o'clock. And I was like, son of a bitch. Ugh,
Yeah.
long day.
It's been a long day.
Very,
Yeah. Makes sense.
very
I
long.
mean,
Yep.
and wait till he starts walking.
Oh,
The fact he crawls still slows him down.
yes, yes, yes. So I'm going to have to buy
Oh,
magnets because he's in the entertainment center. And I'm worried that he's going to snap the door right off. So I'm going to
hey,
have to
Blue
do
Rose.
some. Hey, Blue. I can't. Oh, there we go. I can see the chat too. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Uh, but yeah, it was a very long day.
It was. It sounds like it. Heck, I'm already yawning. I wasn't even up as long as you were, but I was up itching. So Benadryl induced sleep all night. When it every 4 hours I had to take it, and
Yeah.
oh my god, I could just curl up and go to sleep. But about the time I do that, someone in the house is gonna need something,
Uh
and
huh.
guess what that's gonna require?
You're getting up. Yep. Well, if I make it alive through this show, it's going to be a miracle because I'm just ready to pass out right now.
Well, if we both pass out, this will eventually kick off, right? I think.
Yeah.
No, no, wait. OBS does not have a time limit like EvMux and all them do.
Okay, then the chat can handle it. Blue can be in
Yeah,
charge.
yeah, there
We'll
you
let
go.
Blue be in charge.
You guys can
Yeah.
just make fun of my snoring and tossing and turning and all that shit, you know. It is what it is.
Well,
My
I'll
nose has been
eventually
broken
get
so
up
many
because
times.
yeah, the dog will need let out, so that should happen probably around 12:30. So
Yeah, just go into Rumble Studio and hit end stream and it'll be
okay.
good.
That's funny. Oh shit.
Oh my
Well,
god. It's
we
been
had
one of
snow.
those weeks.
Yeah. Don't yawn. Don't start your shit.
I've been dosing caffeine since 3 o'clock my time
Yeah.
ish. I've been dosing myself, like chugging it, and I think that's part of why I'm also sleepy. Caffeine
Oh,
puts me to sleep.
I haven't had any since this morning, so
Ah, what makes a difference?
so Eric made dinner again, and so I told you about that one pan, this
Mm-hmm.
nice big frying pan I had that he's burned beyond oblivion. And so the last time that he used it, he always puts it in the sink to soak. And so that next day I go to clean it and I'm like,
It's
this son of a bitch,
nasty.
it's not getting clean. I'm done. I am done. So I
Hey, at
took it and
least
I
he
threw it
puts it in the
away.
sink to soak because
Yeah.
Danny likes to put them in the broiler or in the oven, and then I don't
Leave
find
them.
them until the next time they're needed. Well, he hasn't done that in a long time, but he used to do it all the time. Like, oh,
Yeah.
the dirty pans would go in the oven. It's like, ew, no.
So yeah. So I threw it away. So he took my huge wok, my beautiful wok.
Oh
And
no,
yes, and it is now in the sink soaking. And I'm telling you what,
no.
if it does not come clean, he might get whacked in the head with it tomorrow.
Do you have anything
I
heavier
don't.
than the wok, like a cast iron?
This wok is so big it's heavier than the cast iron.
Oh, okay. All right
It
then.
it is it is a it will this wok would do some major damage to somebody or
Okay.
something. Like it would beat your car just as good as a sledgehammer would.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, that this is like a heavy duty big sucker. And I planned on using it tomorrow to make something, but I'm
Now
not
you
cleaning
can't.
it. Now I can't, and I'm not cleaning it. So I
I don't
just
blame you.
got when I hung up from you after I did what I did to you, uh, I went to get a drink, and so I saw it in the sink, and I'm like, did he even spray it with anything or do anything to it? So I'm in there spraying the damn thing with that power wash stuff.
Oh,
So okay.
I am
But
so
yeah,
sorry.
but so today's lineup, I think my theme song is going to have to be Return of the Mac
Oh, I love that
because it's
song.
that. Yes, so do I. In fact, I listened to it and I dropped it in LV Nation's videos yesterday. And they
Mm-hmm.
have that song, they have that line in there. Uh, you lied to me. You never. I won't. I don't want to get us into any trouble, so I ain't gonna sing it. I ain't gonna say anything
Yeah.
about it. But I think that should be my theme song because I tell you that I'm not gonna do something, and then I go for one thing, just
Oh yeah.
one teeny tiny thing for today, just one.
Mm-hmm.
And in a half an hour's time, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Sorry. That's all I could say is sorry.
We're not getting through all of it today. I
No.
will
And
try my
so
best, but I promise we can't get through all of this today.
so the 23 tabs that we did have opened, we got
We
down to
find
how
no, we
many?
got it down to like 6.
Okay.
There were 6 remaining things.
Okay. And they're going to still remain, correct?
Yeah, they got
Okay.
booted
All right.
to whatever the hell we get to it.
All right. So, yeah, sorry about that, guys. And China, well, China's just put on the back burner as well because the news has really been hopping. And I mean, if it wouldn't have been that I got kicked out of X to go back to the beginning again, I probably would still be trapped in there and she would have had to come save me, or Blue would have had to come save me. Somebody would have had to save me because I was in rather deep. After just, and what was funny was after I got kicked out and I got sent back to the beginning, it hit me like, oh my God, what are you doing? Like, I'm like, I hadn't even gotten what I had originally gone for. That's what killed me was
Mm-hmm.
I did not even get to put in what I originally was searching for till the very end, till I realized that I was down the X rabbit hole. It's dangerous in there, especially for me. And that doesn't even count crazy be the shit that I sent to myself and the shit that I saved to the playlist. You just got what I thought was priority.
Mm-hmm.
So oh shit, I could be
At Blue
sending you more
Rose,
stuff more.
at Blue, if you could send me the link to RSBN, I will pull that up and we'll juggle
Oh yeah,
around some of the order.
yeah, I forgot about that, him going live. Thanks, Blue, for reminding me. Us.
We'll be a little behind, but we'll pull it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one of those lovely days
Up in the
where
neighborhood.
everything happens, right?
Oh, yep. Well, that's because I didn't get to look at anything all day. Normally I get to at least have, an hour, hour and a half to be perusing
An
while he's
hour
napping.
to an hour and a half, you mean 18 hours?
Wow, yeah, that kind of,
You're
yeah,
off by
sorry.
17 and a half there.
Yeah, that's true, right? Uh, yeah, don't, she's afraid to go to sleep at night. So she
Oh,
never knows what she's going to wake up to.
thank you, Blue.
Oh, oh, fudge. That's
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
Oh, I
It's
pray Trump doesn't
wild.
go. Yeah, I hope Trump doesn't go on too long.
Well, that's why we can give it a little bit of time, chit chat a little more,
Yeah,
and then we can jump into it.
yeah,
Let's
he
see.
hasn't. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's still alive. I know he's chit chatting about quite a bit. We'll pull that up when it's when he's had a little bit more time to run out of air.
He hasn't even started talking about it yet.
No, he has, but it's only been live for 42 minutes and 36 seconds.
Can we can't go back to the beginning?
Oh yeah, I can. I can go to where he picks up. Hold on. There's people talking about it. Oh wait, no, he's only been live for a few minutes. I apologize. Their coverage of it and a few other things. Um, let's see. How long has he been live? Oh, only about 10 minutes. 9 minutes and some odd seconds. So we'll pick up on that in a few, give him some time to run out of air. That way we can cut off if he starts repeating himself.
Okay.
Yeah. We know how he is. He gets so off track sometimes. I remember the days when a beautiful day in the neighborhood just meant there hasn't been a live fire exercise.
True.
Yeah.
Do you want
Uh,
to explain why Trump is live?
oh, yeah. I'm hoping this will benefit all Americans, but
So
I
do I.
have not seen anything that says it is. But this is for the Trump RX, which is the big sign
Correct.
above his head, which kind of gives it away. Um,
No, really.
just in case you're a Polak and you weren't looking closely, you know.
Uh,
And there are people who just listen. They don't always watch what we're doing. They're listening to us just, run our mouths
right.
and talk about
Yeah.
it and have our fun. Um okay, you got to go live. All right, we'll catch you in a little bit later. All right. So yeah, this is supposed to be giving America some massive savings. Now, I could see where they twist this around to where only Medicaid, Medicare beneficiaries get the lower costs and everyone in
But
the
they're
middle
supposed
gets screwed over, but
yeah,
we'll
but
see.
they're sup- yeah, they're supposed to be getting that already.
Yeah,
Medicare and
well,
Medicaid.
yeah, but that's it. You pay 80%, the government pays 20. Oh, no, wait. I
Right.
got that backwards. The government
Yeah,
pays
it
80 and you
pays
pay
80, you
20. I
pay
know
20.
it feels like you're still paying 80% of it.
Yeah, it does, because it's still a lot of money.
Yes. It is an
And
insane amount.
and the only way, if you're on Medicare, that it behooves you, or it's cost effective, but it all depends, is you have to buy, a separate, policy from another carrier, like a Blue Cross Blue Shield or um,
It's still
Health
insane.
America. Yeah, Health America. Even AAA is in the insurance business. So, uh, you know, I pay on top of uh, the Medicare, which is now $203 a month. You pay out of your Social Security, okay?
Ouch.
Plus, plus, plus another 200 and some dollars for the standalone policy from our local hospital plan.
Yeah.
So I'm paying over $400 a month just for healthcare. That's not prescription, that's not co-pays, anything of that. That's just the insurance plan.
Art, from my understanding, is he spoke to the pharmacological companies themselves and
Yes,
said that whatever you are charging other countries is what you're going to charge us, or I'm
that's
going to
correct.
tariff the shit out of things or whatever. And evidently, we are now going to get the what like the lowest of
And
what other countries are paying. We're going to match
correct.
what the lowest rates are of other countries.
Right.
So I don't know if he's setting the prices, but like I know each individual pharmacy can set their own price. Walgreens, Rite Aid, all of them get to pick how much they're charging for it too. So I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah, we covered that portion previously about the other countries.
Mm-hmm.
And the issue is the United States is providing a large portion of pharmaceutical, as well as pharmaceutical info, to other countries, and we're paying the highest costs out of everybody
The world.
involved. Yes, so he said enough. We're not doing this anymore.
Yep.
And
So
so we'll see what he has to say.
yeah, I want to see if he actually is getting the prices down, or are they going to just find other reasons to jack up the rates in other countries?
No, that's a possibility too, Crazy B.
Because I've known people that'll do that. Like, you know, hey, I could get it cheap, give me that price over there. Well, okay, well, everyone's going to jack up the rates then.
Uh
So
huh.
for everywhere, it's it's a move that the pharmaceuticals could make if they so choose.
Yes, they
So
could.
we'll see how this plans out and plays out. We won't know until it takes effect. Starting when? Next month, I believe it is.
I think it is.
March.
Yeah, I think it's March.
Yeah.
We'll see what
So
it says.
yeah.
I mean, he's really doing as far as wiping out the face of Obamacare. So his Trump account, when you go to find the paperwork on it, it's form number 4547, which I think is just cracks me up. He really is going to be, you're going to remember this for the rest of your life. So
Well,
now
as
we have
long as
Trump crack.
Congress actually allows it and keeps
Yep.
it, because there are people
Yep.
already trying to undermine that, even though it would
I know.
benefit all Americans that were
Yeah.
born after in 2025 going forward. It would really help a lot of them out, and the parents can't touch those accounts. It
Correct.
is the kids are the only beneficiaries on it, and
Hmm.
it's again one of those things that I can see Congress wanting to fight because
Well,
it wasn't
I
their
don't know.
idea.
Yeah, that's true. And we'll have more info on that. I have a whole thing to talk about if we ever get to that, if we could ever finish anything. Uh, yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
We're
Go ahead,
trying.
giggle. Yeah, we're
We're
trying.
trying.
Yeah.
He can
Well, I'm
threaten the
doing
pharma companies. He can threaten, and the companies agree to his terms, but that doesn't set any legal enforceable price controls. Yeah. And I'm not in favor of the government mandating prices on anything. It never works. But it's not. It's also not fair that we are paying out the nose for medications other countries are paying for pennies on the dollar.
right.
So I could see balancing it out to where it's the pharmaceutical companies give fair prices across the board, and something like that, but
That's
not
that's
ripping off America because, well, we're stupid and fat.
I was just going to say that that's a good Americans pay our
Hmm.
taxes, pay it all. We pay it all.
Yeah, I
I
agree with the government not monopolizing and mandating things, but we also were getting ripped off on a lot. And I've been through hell on the billing side trying to get patients medicines they need for a lower cost. And it's not fair to them to have to pay that much after they've already paid into the system their whole lives. And I
well,
mean, I'm talking people in their 80s and 90s who paid into the system but still have to pay because,
right.
it sucks. I don't like it. I don't like seeing older people suffer. And when hardships hit, severe medical cases come in, and then the medical bills start swamping and overflowing, and no matter how much you have on your retirement, you still never have enough to pay half your bills,
No,
let
oh
alone
no.
getting food and the medicines you need to stay healthy based on that.
Oh, there's a drug that uh we want to try. It's $15,000 a pop
Ouch.
for one infusion. And the insurance company's like, nope, she's got to do X, Y, and Z first.
Yeah,
And uh-huh.
I've been through that myself.
Yep. Make it make sense.
I would like a fair balance in things.
I agree.
I have no problem with saying you can't charge America more than the average price overseas, but that also means the average price will increase for everyone, which is what I brought up earlier. You heard me say it. There's a high probability that the pharmaceuticals are going to jack it up for everybody then, so they get their monies back no matter what.
Yeah, because we had this talk, what, we've been saying it for the last week. They're not going
The
to lose money.
insurance is never going to lose money. Pharmaceuticals are never going to lose money.
Right.
These places just there is no accountability for them because we are so heavily dependent on them across the globe. And as soon as a generic comes out, tell me why the generic costs only $20 less than the name brand on
Exactly.
some of these meds. It's
Yep.
like, you are out of your mind.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's like, yeah, it sucks. And then you get the patents that are held for 20, 30, 40 years
30 years.
before you
Yep.
can get a genetic, or not a genetic, a generic.
Generic. Right.
Yeah. Trust me, my asthma would be so much better controlled if my insurance company would just pay for the medicine that actually works.
Right.
But nope, nope, that doesn't happen that way. Because I've been on that medicine when I was in a different state and the insurance finally covered it, but moved to a state where they don't cover it again.
Don't
And it's
cover it.
like, are you kidding me? 6 months of breathing relief, and I'm back to 4 or 5 different medicines instead of two.
Yeah. And even that, the fact that it's different across states.
Mm hmm. Yep. Hey, cannabis.
Hi,
Yeah.
cannabis.
It's definitely a shitty situation. And as I'm pulling albuterol off of the packet, in other words, low prices for VA and Medicaid will now be higher, and prices for over the counter at the pharmacy might come down for private insurance. I don't know if that's what's going to happen. It's been alluded to that it would be across the board, everyone would get these better rates, but there's no way that's going to pan out and still support the capitalist idea of the money making. So I'm not sure how they're going to pan it out. And that's why I think, private insurance may get screwed on this one. Even if it's not right away, it'll get switched over in the long run. So the government saves money, but the difference comes out of the private insurance owners or private insurance holders. Hey, Vanilla, my
Hi,
bit
Vanilla.
my Bitcoin fell on its ass faster than a baby deer on ice wearing skates. That is why I have never
Yeah.
bought into Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I know
Bitcoin
how
took a big
volatile that
hit.
market is.
Yeah.
Sadly. I hope things work out. I hope so too, because that's a lot of money to lose out on. It really is. Any amount of money you put into the stock market is a lot to lose. But yeah, let's see what he's got to add. Let me do this.
Oz hasn't been up yet.
Um, it looks like he is still live. We'll find out. Let's hit play.
Uh,
Oh, no, let me do this so everyone else can see it.
So, we're here this evening to celebrate the launch of one of the most transformative healthcare initiatives of all time. There's never been anything like it. Starting tonight, dozens of the most commonly used prescription drugs will be available at dramatic discounts for all
Okay, so it's the
prescription
most
drugs.
commonly used
The
drugs, not
new
all drugs.
website is
Okay.
called TrumpRx.gov. That's TrumpRx.gov. For years, politicians from both parties have promised to bring down prescription drug prices and make healthcare more affordable, but they all failed. It was all words as usual. They failed and they failed badly. They tried doing this, some of them, most of them didn't even try because they never really had a shot at it. But I'm actually getting it done, and it is done actually. This launch represents the largest reduction in prescription drug prices in history by many, many times. And it's not even close. You're going to see numbers that you're not going to believe. Americans have long been paying the highest drug prices anywhere in the world, while other countries often paid pennies on the dollar for.
I'm gonna pause for just a second. Do we know if there's a list of these medications out?
I'm there right now. Calm down.
Oh, you
Relax.
beat me
Go
to
on.
it.
I'm there. Calm down.
Trump loves to hear himself talk so he can yammer incessantly. That's true for most politicians. That's why I left it paused for a few minutes instead of just going with the live and listening to it the whole way. Um, D is looking up on the list of medications. I'm going to let him keep running his mouth for right now.
same drugs. We were essentially subsidizing the entire world and subsidizing by hundreds of billions of dollars every year. The United States is just 4% of the world's population and consumes only 13% of all prescription drugs. Yet pharmaceutical companies have been making 75% from these drugs. Think of it, 75% of the money they made came from the United States, with a smaller population than what we will call the world.
The fuck is a
The
shit
American
pool?
people were
Sorry.
effectively
It's okay.
subsidizing the cost of drugs for
I'm
the
sorry.
entire
I'm like,
world, and it's not going to happen any longer. We ended it. Everybody knew it was unfair for 30 years, but nobody did anything about it. Under the
isn't this
most
this
favored
weight
nation
loss
agreements,
drug?
my administration has negotiated.
I
the
won't know
drugs
until I
we
look
will
at
pay
it.
the
Here, let me
lowest
send it
price
to you. I
paid
think it's
by any
it is.
other country. So we're taking the lowest price paid for
Because so
drugs
far the
we
drugs
will
I
pay
I put
equal
in, they're
to
not even
whatever
on
the
there.
lowest price
All right.
anywhere in the world. That's the
Take a
price
look
that
at
you're
what
going to
I
be paying.
just
It's a
sent.
tremendous reduction. Drug prices in other nations will go up by doing this. They had to agree, and the reason they
On.
agreed is they used tariffs.
He just
Vanilla,
said
I don't
he
think you will be able to get high on the government's dime. Say that
no.
again, Dee.
I think he just said that the other governments are going to be paying a higher price for their drugs.
Okay.
Can you go back a little bit?
Yes, I can.
Let's just hear that again. Is that what he said?
The highest drug prices anywhere in the world, while other countries often paid pennies on the dollar for the exact same drugs. We were essentially subsidizing the entire world and subsidizing by hundreds of billions of dollars every year. The United States is just 4% of the world's population and consumes only 13% of all prescription drugs. Yet pharmaceutical companies have been making 75% from these drugs. Think of it, 75% of the money they made came from the United States, with a smaller population than what we will call the world. The American people were effectively subsidizing the cost of drugs for the entire world, and it's not going to happen any longer. We ended it. Everybody knew it was unfair for 30 years, but nobody did anything about it. Under the most favored nation agreements my administration has negotiated, the United States will pay the lowest price paid by any other country. So we're taking the lowest price paid for drugs we will pay equal to whatever the lowest price anywhere in the world. That's the price that you're going to be paying. A tremendous reduction. Drug prices in other nations will go up by doing this. They had to agree, and
Mm-hmm.
the reason they agreed is they used tariffs. They said, if you don't put them up, then we're going to put tariffs on your nation, which will be more expensive to you. So in many cases, the drug costs will go up by double and even triple for them, but they're going way down for the United States. Come all the way down by a difference of as much as 300, 400, 500, even 600%, even more than that in some cases. For example, you will see dramatic reductions in the cost of popular weight loss drugs known as GLP-1s. GLP-1s. Novo Nordisk will be slashing the price, as an example, of Ozempic from more than $1,000 to $199, and the price of Wegovy from more than $1,300 to $199. Nobody can even believe it. A 578% difference.
That's what I
Eli
just sent you,
Lilly.
Crazy B.
Yeah, that's the one I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah.
But yes, that is one of the weight loss ones, the Wegovy.
Yeah.
And it's a pill, not an injection, so that helps. Or yeah, I'm gonna go through and do a see if I can find a complete list. Right now, there is a website.
Yeah.
I can drop it into the chat as well as the description if you guys want it.
Yeah, go ahead, put it in there, Crazy B. Because
Because
right now I'm putting my drugs in there and they're not popping, so
yeah, I
it's
have a
very
feeling quite a
interesting.
few of them that what we commonly take, but not what others commonly take,
Uh-huh. Right.
is on that. Yeah, I
Right.
mean, I can see for the cholesterol medicine stuff like that. Most of that's dirt cheap as it is.
Right.
But again, by using a weight loss pill to lose weight instead of changing the root problem of it, you're not helping. I mean, there are some people who truly have struggles with weight loss. But when it's the people who don't want to change their diet, don't want to exercise, don't want to put any of that effort in, and just want a pill to make the fat go away, it's going to come back with a vengeance. That's one thing most people do not
Yeah.
realize. Even with the bands, the stomach bands and stuff like that they use in the gastric bypass and stuff, it can come back with a vengeance. It's
Yeah, I'm
like,
looking right now, Crazy Bee, and I do not see a list right now. You have to enter a drug's name and then yeah,
yep,
or you can enter like something like the word infertility. You know,
yeah.
the drug you can do a category, so you can enter like weight loss, you can enter infertility, what else?
Yeah,
Where do we
Art
put it?
just brought up, great. Now we get to run a proper drug trial on the general population because GLP-1s will be grossly prescribed. Yes, I do see that becoming a problem too. You're treating the
No,
symptoms, not the root of the problem.
it's well, I don't disagree with that statement, Crazy Bee, but also for some people, it is the jump start that they do need to get
I
started.
didn't
So,
say there are some people. I said there are some people who do struggle
yeah,
to lose
right.
weight even while trying to diet and exercise
But
more. But then there are
but I
some who
do,
just don't want to bother doing the work to help
but
make
Art,
it
yeah,
effective.
but Art, on that, the GLPs, most insurance companies, if you meet their criteria, they are paying for it. So,
Yeah, they've been covering
uh,
Ozempic for a couple of years
yeah,
now. It was originally
yeah,
supposed to help diabetics who were
right,
struggling to lose weight, and then
correct,
mass market started. The mass population's like, oh, I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. I'm not diabetic, but I still want to lose weight.
right,
It's like, then change your diet. And again, you got to put forth some effort too. Now, I can understand insulin needs to come down in price. I can understand because there are some insulins
yeah,
especially for brittle
and
diabetics. Holy
right,
shit!
and the reason they are doing that, Crazy Bee, is they know they get the money.
Uh
You know
huh.
what I
Because
mean?
they
That's
got to
I
stay
mean, yeah,
alive.
exactly. It's
And
necessary.
so, like I said, even I gotta see if my asthma medicine's on there. I know someone whose family member has severe COPD. They are trying to get the medication, and unfortunately, with the Medicare, there's that donut hole, that gap in the beginning. You remember, you know how you got to pay so much out of pocket before the insurance will finally
Oh,
kick in.
you mean the one that I fall into in March every year? You
Yes,
mean that
yes,
one? Yeah,
that
that
one.
yeah, yeah, that one. I
Does
know.
this go towards that or not?
Well, that'll be it. Let's keep going.
Um, oh, I lost 20 pounds because I had to. My insurance didn't cover the type drugs. It wasn't fun, but I did it. Yeah,
Who's been very helpful
and
to
that's
us
one of
in
the
getting
things that
this
worries
done,
me.
will be cutting the cost of its common insulin, drug, and medication from
Okay,
$200
insulin's
to
covered.
$25. Nobody can believe it. $200 to $25. AstraZeneca is slashing the price of a common inhaler from $458 to $51, a difference of nearly
Which
$80.
inhaler is it?
And we're also delivering historic discounts for couples struggling with infertility, as EMD Serrano will dramatically cut the cost of its most common IVF drugs. For example, a single dose of the most common IVF drug in the country, Gonal F, will plummet from the highest price in the developed world that we paid. The United States was subsidizing everybody. We paid the highest to the lowest price in the world.
Okay, we
Will be
got it. You don't got to
demonstrating
keep
very
repeating that
shortly. I
part.
have some very talented people coming up and showing you how it's going to work and how the website works. All of these discounts and more will be available directly to consumers starting today at
Oh,
TrumpRx.com.
starting today.
In just a moment, we will demonstrate.
I thought it
how
was
you
until
can go
March.
to the website, get a coupon, and pick up your heavily discounted prescription drugs, highest level, the highest level company, finest in the world, biggest in the world, most powerful drug companies in the world. And we had to go through them, and then we had to get all of these countries worldwide to lower their prices.
Okay, so it's Bevespi is the inhaler that he is talking about. Let me find out what that is. The top name for. 1 second. I was just on the website in a different browser. Um, it is a twice daily treatment for COPD. Um, so it is a COPD medicine that will be knocked down. I want to see if a couple other ones are going to be coming down in price. So I apologize for pausing, but I wanted to find out which inhaler he was talking about. Dee, are you
So
still there?
far, nothing.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm looking too. There isn't. I think what this affects is probably those drugs that are outside of the realm of what I'd consider to be the what the the carriers normally cover. You know, I've done benefits and had to negotiate benefit contracts as part of HR. So I'm familiar with the formularies and the tier structure and all that bullshit that goes with it. Um, so I don't think that it probably covers the stuff that's beyond the tiers, it looks like. Because so far there isn't anything that out of my 40 meds I take that's on the list.
I don't see any of mine. Oh, but Chantix is on there. Isn't that for quitting smoking?
I I don't know.
I
I
believe it
don't smoke,
is.
so I don't I wouldn't know.
Levoxyl, I believe that's a form of levothyroxine, if I remember correctly.
What is it?
Levoxyl, um, diflucan, which is a very common medication, has been dropped in half.
To how
Nicotrol
much?
has
To
um
how much?
it's down to 14 from $28.12 to 14 and 6 cents.
Most insurance companies carry that.
Yep. Medrol, for those who can't afford it, but it's cheap to begin with, is down to $3.15. Nicotrol for quitting smoking is also been dropped in half. Um,
So this will benefit those people that don't have
no,
insurance.
there's some, yeah, this will benefit people who don't have insurance and have to pay out of
Right,
pocket.
right,
This will
definitely.
help them too. Um, I'm looking at a few of this. The insulin Lispro is down to $25. That's a miracle. Holy cow. So yeah, I'm seeing some stuff on here that will benefit a lot of people. But I could see where some still needs to come down. And this includes the hormone therapy for women in menopause. I've seen a couple of that going around the what was it? Not the Protonics is on there too. The is it the Permarin? And the
Premarin, Premarin.
yeah, and then there's the Permarin the cream as well is on
Yeah.
there. That's supposed to help with menopause symptoms. I don't see a lot when it comes to other things. The Prempro is on here as well at 61% off. Um, a lot of it is weight loss, IVF, and diabetes medications, and some COPD meds. I only saw 2 inhalers on here, and one is still out of its frickin' mind. So, yeah, some of the stuff is going to help, but I would, again, it's not like it's your typical blood pressure medicine and stuff like that, your anti-lipids. But the Medrol, which I go on frequently, but luckily have insurance to cover it. But for people who got to pay out of pocket, Now, the thing is if you have insurance, you have to run it through your insurance first, if I
Before.
believe.
No, that's no. If it's at a cheaper price than your insurance, well, it depends.
On the
In
pharmacy.
yeah, in Pennsylvania, in the pharmacies I deal with, you're permitted to use something like a Good RX. You can pay cash. You're obviously going to be allowed to use this, or you can use your insurance. Originally, you had to run it through your insurance company first, and that was because the pharmacy could then get a bigger cut. But then that changed somehow to where the pharmacies permitted you to use these variety of sources. So,
Yes. The
so
Airspura is the one that's still $200 a month, but it came down from $503.
yeah.
And I
Now,
do know a lot of these prices because I've had patients complain about them a
yeah,
lot.
I'd be curious to check that against Good RX. What's Good
Um,
RX
I
at?
think GoodRx is going to be matching some of these prices.
That's what I think so too.
I believe it's going to have to, and this is again.
Well, no, what I'm saying now, Crazy B, is what does Good RX charge right now compared to what Trump RX is saying?
I would have to literally go through and search each of these individually to find
No.
out.
Can you just do one? Can
Oh,
you pull
pick
up
one.
one? Yeah,
Okay,
pick
hold on.
one.
Okay, let's pick the Wegovy pen,
Okay.
and he's got that at what price? $200.
One.
Well, one
Yeah,
99.
200. Yeah.
Okay, and let me check out GoodRx's website. Now, some of these places may not go down in their prices until the stock is um
Right. Re
changed. Yep.
correct.
All right. Um, it has the generic. Oh wow! With their coupon, it comes down to $22.69 for the generic Penlac,
Wow.
and that's the generic of it.
So Good RX is up in there then. So,
Hold on.
huh. So really, this is just going to be really, I don't know. Uh, Again, there's not a list per se right now. You have to enter in the uh, drug
Hold on. I
name.
typed it in wrong. Hold on.
Okay.
It's Wegovy is actually without insurance. It's 199. Get coupon through Trump RX. Price with insurance is $25.
Yeah. So what
So
I think here, I think this is just going to be another uh, mix to like a Good RX. There's another one other than Good RX. I can't think of the name of it right now. It's not beneficial for
yeah.
me. So there's another one that's just as high up as Good RX. So I guess it would behoove you to really know your drug names and to take a look at if you're worried about, your financial situation and you just don't want to be bothered running it through your insurance. Check out a Good RX. Check out a Trump RX. There's that other one. Do a Google on
You can actually
health
get
and
quite a few of these drugs straight from the manufacturer at a discount price.
correct a brand name too. Some of them will
Yes.
do anywhere from 3 months to 6 months to even a year with a coupon if you keep
Yep.
going back. So that's another opportunity depending on your situation. Uh, Most people, though, that are on, if you're on Medicare, a lot of the carriers themselves, the insurance carrier or the company, the manufacturer, will not permit you to accept their coupons.
Hmm.
At least in
And
Pennsylvania, they do not.
now that
Um,
I'm looking at the chat, though, going back to what Art's comment, I wonder. I also wonder where he's taking the prices from. It's the out of pocket, no insurance cost, is where he's getting the price list from. if I
Right.
remember correctly. Because,
Mhm.
like, was just pulling some of these up, and some of these before this were insane. We're talking like $600-700 for a month's supply,
Right.
and it's wild. I'm not necessarily worried about my financial situation, but always check prices. Yeah, that's me too.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. Always check your prices. Shop around. And I know that doctors don't like you bouncing from pharmacy to pharmacy, but that's mostly with pain meds. You are absolutely allowed to go shopping around as long and keep a list of your medications and where you get them from. And that way, the pharmacies are pretty much linked up on, I'm on this medication. Will it interact with this one? If you're going to do shopping around, you are going to have to keep that list of medicines to make sure that it's not interacting with other medications that pharmacy you're currently at doesn't
Doesn't.
know from a pharmacy a week ago at a different place.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
please keep, if you're going to do shopping around in person, going to pharmacy, please keep a list of your medications and drug allergies because they do not communicate with each other.
That's correct.
Walmart does not communicate with CVS or Walgreens or any of those places. You need to really keep up on your list and your interactions and allergies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just me giving advice of common sense because of taking care of geriatrics and working as a medical assistant. I'm sorry that preaching moment came out. And don't pharmacy hop if you're on pain meds. It will look really bad.
Yes, it will. And
Always
if you
keep those
take,
at one
yeah,
place.
as Crazy B said, is somebody that takes 40 pills 3 times a day. I stay at one pharmacy so that I don't have to worry
Hmm.
about interactions or something new gets added. Even them throwing something like a new antibiotic, you
Can
have to
cause a
worry about.
major problem.
Exactly.
Yup.
Exactly. So if you're somebody that has multiple meds, uh, just as Crazy B said, keep your list, keep it on you. And it's a bitch keeping that all up to date all the time, let me tell you.
I kept it as a Word document on my phone when I was
Mm-hmm.
having to pay out of pocket. I would legit keep a Word document on my phone of all of my medications, which doctor prescribes them, where I get them filled, or where I got them filled last, as
Right,
well as how much they cost last, and
right.
any drug allergies were listed below it, or food allergies. Because believe it or not,
And
food allergies can carry over into the
right.
prescription world.
And I also put on mine, I actually have an Excel spreadsheet, but I keep the dosing, how many times a day, what the milligram is, and all of that, so that in the
Hmm.
event you go to the hospital and the hospital wants your med list and you say, "Oh, I'm on X, Y, and Z," and they go, "Oh, well, what's the dose? How many times a day?"
Uh-huh. And if
In a
your memory's
situation,
starting to slip or in an emergency, you don't know that stuff.
exactly. Yep. Or they give you pain meds to help you, and you go, "Yeah, uh-huh, what?"
Now, I do
Uh,
know there are delivering pharmacies for quite a few things. For a long time, they wouldn't handle narcotic medications, but some do now. So you can, there are quite a few delivery ones, and I know there used to be, a kind of like you just filled your meds and passed away, so your family donates the full prescription. There are like donated prescription services that you can go to if you need a discount, but I honestly don't know it off the top of my head. I used to have this in a clipboard that I carried around with all the patients' notes and stuff and all that. I would keep a list of all these pharmacies for the discounts and where to get this. Let's say you can't get out to go to the pharmacy anymore. Well, these people deliver, and your pills come in the pre-metered dose for it's like a little tearaway bag that has all the pills for morning,
exactly. Yep.
afternoon, night, whatever hours. So yeah, there are companies out there. I'd have to start redoing the research again to find them because I haven't had to do this since 2019 when my car accident
Yeah.
happened and I could no longer work as a medical assistant. So, but I had all those resources in a clipboard because we used them frequently with geriatric homebound patients. So, but yeah, I mean, some of these meds, I would like to see this expand into some further things, but like for the antibiotics, the anti-lipids, the to lower the lipids and all that. Um, those are already cheap for the most part, but if there's a way for people who can't afford it to get a further discount, then great. I really think, to a degree, this is a good thing. For the overall most part, it's a good thing right now. We'll
Right.
see how it pans out over time. Because, again, time is what really is the tried and true test of everything. You just don't know what the future
Yeah.
will hold.
Just like, well, you mean like Obamacare?
Yeah. I know quite a few people who benefited from Obamacare, but I also knew a lot of people who were pissed about it because they were perfectly healthy and could get away with catastrophe insurance. And now all of a sudden they had to pay monthly premiums. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh. It's not good for those who don't need it. And again, this is where I kind of, am on the. I see where it could be used for good. I can see where it could get misused and various other things. So we'll see how
Oh,
it
I'm
plays out.
sure. Yeah, we'll have to figure out what the loopholes are going to be.
Oh, there's always going to be someone who figures out loopholes. You know
Uh-huh.
that.
Yep.
So, um,
Maybe hit up Somalian community might have a something up already on it.
I still wonder if 90% of the spike of the autism cases that are reported are because of situations like that.
Uh-huh.
I mean, like, seriously. They have that many autistic kids in one community. Something ain't right.
Well,
Somebody's collecting disability checks on those kids.
that's what they said it was all about. Was
And now we got everybody panicking. Oh my God, there's a massive spike in autism. Now there's a massive spike in people who just want to be slapped a label so they can feel special.
well, it was actually part of a ruse to collect money. They gave part of the money to the people that said they had the autistic kids, and then they kept the other part.
Yeah,
So they
it's
were
still
all
bullshit.
everybody. Yeah, everybody was in on it.
And I will continue to have a problem with that because people who really do have troubles with autism now don't get as much in benefits because doctors are taking an extra 30-minute break claiming to see a patient, and there's no patient there.
Exactly.
Uh, I react badly to everything. What I don't react badly to is very much shorter list. Yup. A lot of them are inbred. Yeah, unfortunately, that is true. And it is their culture. But if they want to do that, they can do that elsewhere and not rip off our benefits because they choose to keep the gene pool in a wreath instead of a tree. I can't help that. uh, so that does, yeah, it does explain a lot. And it's not right, though. It really
No.
isn't. I mean, even in the more rural country areas where I live, they've stopped marrying cousins.
All right. Why don't we hit play, see, or skip ahead to what Oz has to say? Maybe
Let's see.
if Oz is
Yep,
even up there
he's
yet.
there. He is.
World. And they're with our country. Love our country. That's why they're doing it. So now I'd like to invite administrator of the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, an incredible guy, a really brilliant man, Dr. Mehmet Oz, to show us how this beautiful new website works. And Dr. Oz, come on and let's see what you can tell us. Thank you, by the way. Everybody, you're going to save a fortune. And this is also so good for overall healthcare. And Oz, you've done a fantastic job. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So you demanded, President demanded, that we have most favored nation drug pricing, which he explained beautifully. Today, you can now get access to these discounted, steeply discounted prices. All the hard work the president and the administration have done now is yours, but you have to go check TrumpRx.gov. So if you have access Please log on right now. It's free. You get to look at all the prices, and you should not be buying drugs anymore going forward without at least checking to see if those medications are available at these discounted prices on TrumpRx.gov. That stated, Mr. President, many people don't appreciate this, but one of the most special things you've been able to do, besides negotiating these kinds of deals, is bringing wonderful people around you who can actually fulfill the dream of making drugs accessible so Americans no longer suffer that affordability issue. 1 in 3 Americans are turned away from the drugstore. They can't afford the drugs. No more. Our most vulnerable.
No, they aren't turned away. They choose to leave the medication behind and not get it. They're not told
Right.
they can't get it. They're told, this is how much it costs. And they're like, ouch, I can't do that. We're going to leave it behind. So his wording there is misleading. I want to point that out.
Well, I will tell you the other thing that I do at the drugstore is a lot of my drugs are expensive. And when they call in something new or whatever, anything, I have my system flagged that anything costs more than $50, they have to get my authorization to even fill it.
Yep.
And then when if it comes in over $50, depending on, like, I've had something hit for $300. I'm like, you're out of your ever loving mind. I am not spending $300 a month for the rest of my life. We'll die first. We are not spending. Find another drug. I'm not. They're crazy. So
Yeah.
you can talk to your pharmacy as well. You can have different flags put on your profile page with just about anything. Just ask your pharmacist. If your clerks
Yep.
won't do it, ask for a
The
pharmacist.
actual pharmacist, not the
Correct.
pharmacist assistant.
Correct. Yep. Because most of them will say can't do it.
Yep.
At the end of the year, like for those of you that are getting ready to do your taxes, you can go to your pharmacist and say, give me a printout out of all my drugs, or give me just the last page of the grand total for your insurance purposes, so that if you meet the threshold on your income taxes, you might be able to get a couple dollars back. But you
Yep.
need to know, so instead of you worried about keeping every single receipt from your pharmacist, going, oh, I got to keep it in a box, I got to get this receipt, all you got to do is have your pharmacy print it out for you at the end of the year.
And that
And
does help.
yeah, and you can call ahead and ask them to do it.
And I know you can also save money sometimes by getting 3 months or 6 months at a time
Correct.
with most
Yes, ma'am.
medications.
That would be correct as well.
But not pain medicine. Go figure. They
No.
won't let you do
Yeah.
that. Yes,
Oh,
that's
no.
sarcasm.
Yeah, and you got to pee in a cup every month too. So just so you know.
Yep. And now I will be honest, I am not a fan of Oz, Dr. Oz.
Neither am I.
His
And he
TV
could've-
show
he
gave some really shady advice.
Well, he started out okay, but then once he went commercial, then I think he kind of lost everybody. But that could have been my senator instead of Fetterman. It was either him or Fetterman. And like I said, out of the entire state of Pennsylvania, it was him or Fetterman. Go figure.
And go figure,
Mhm.
Fetterman ended up being the most logically balanced that now in Congress.
Yeah, it was that heart attack,
The stroke,
bump
yeah.
on the head, stroke, the bump on the head from the car thing situation.
Yep. Oh,
Yep.
how did he end up going from the most insane to the most balanced?
I'm telling you, it was the stroke in the car accident.
Had to be. All right, let's see what Oz has to add. It's more
Yeah.
inflating,
End it,
but
yeah.
yeah.
End it when you feel like it.
All right, let's listen a little bit longer.
Are protected. To do that, you need brilliant.
Oh my God.
engineers.
Okay, it
You're
ends
working with
soon.
A wonderful group that you hired, folks again would never normally have come to government to work to make this possible. And Joe, just a superstar, and he's going to take us through the website.
Thanks, Dr. Oz, Mr. President.
All right.
Some big websites.
Do we need to go through this or no?
I don't think. No.
Okay.
Do a little bit, Crazy Bee, just so they see it.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, I
This,
can pull it up and show it to him and teach him myself.
I know. I'm just. I want to hear how they kind of roll it out, though. I want to hear what he
Okay.
has to say.
sites, and this is one I think you're going to be very proud of. So you mentioned Gonalef. I think this is an interesting drug that we can check and see how do you find a drug on the site. So we'll pull up the website here. This is trumprx.gov. And I'm going to start at the search bar where I can search by the drug name. So I type in Gonalef, and I see it autocompletes. When I click on this, I have a beautiful page that shows the drug product. And right at the top, I see this is 83% off the original price. Now, how do I get this discount? I take this coupon, and I bring it to the pharmacy. I can print it out and add it to my wallet on my phone, Apple or an Android. I show it to the pharmacist, and I get the coupon credit right at the register. Now, this is an intelligent site. We know that there's other drugs that are commonly prescribed along with this, so we surface them here, and they work with the same coupon. Okay, next, what pharmacies can you go to get this drug? Smart site. We pull up exactly where you can go to get this. Now, Gonalef is a specialty drug, so you get it through the mail. I can call any one of these pharmacies, and they deliver it straight to my home. It's that simple.
Mr. President, 1 in 3 families is having trouble having a baby. We're going to have a lot of Trump babies with these costs. Folks cannot afford these medications. It's going to change their lives. Now, this is the tip of the iceberg because Joe did a lot more with Ed and the rest of the National Design Studio. How many more medications do you have?
Well, the website launches with over 40 medications, ones that are the popular medications and ones that were previously very expensive. These are things like asthma inhalers, the GLP-1s. And on TrumpRx, you can actually find things like weight loss shots.
I got news for him. I just Googled my asthma inhalers, and neither one is up there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Crazy Bee. Some of the stuff is
Those are COPD inhalers, and that is not the same as asthma. I am going to call this out because I am, 1, an asthma patient, 2, worked as a medical assistant. I know these names. I'm calling it out. They're lying on that one. Those are not. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's not asthma medicine.
You're good.
So, yeah. Nope. They're full of shit.
And he just said there's only 40 drugs. Is that correct? That they
Yeah.
have up right now?
Yep, only 40.
Okay. Okay, so big frickin' whoop-de-doo.
They're supposed to be adding more.
Unless it's this biggest name drugs, such as infertility, weight loss. What are the other
COPD,
COPD,
the menopause, hormone
right,
replacements,
and
and
that should be on the cheaper side.
oh no, those are not cheap to begin with. No,
but
they're not. They should be, but they're not.
Yeah.
And a couple of the other ones I saw on there were it's mostly IVF, weight loss, and COPD and menopause treatment. Really, that's all I saw on there from what I know of the drugs. Insulin and insulin, diabetic medicines are on there. So those are there's like, there is medicines there, but he made it sound like all or more medicines.
Yeah, that's what I was under the impression.
Yeah, it's not. It's a handful.
I expected to see an entire formulary from 1 through above, and I expected to see a drop in all these prices. I mean, really? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I'm going to get sarcastic and whatever. So you mean to tell me in the entire continent of Africa or Asia or whatever that they're using Ozempic, Wegovy,
Insulin,
you see all these Asian and African women on Premarin? Okay.
Yeah.
Shut up, D. Just shut up.
This.
Just shut up.
I mean, this is a start, especially with the diabetic, the insulin. Okay, I absolutely got to give the insulin a start. that's an applaud, because it's been a nightmare for decades trying to get insulin to brittle diabetics that in to where they can afford it. Okay,
Right.
the number of times we've had to check insulin levels. I mean, I've had to draw up insulin and administer it because a patient was plummeting, or not plummeting, but the sugars were too high. We had to dump orange juice and glucose tabs for a patient who dropped down too low. But yes, this is just it's
I
not
know
the drugs that actually
make
really
it.
a big difference.
Yes,
Women have been going through menopause for since the beginning of time.
right.
We've suffered. We'll live. I'm not planning on going on anything because I'll live. I've never known menopause to kill anyone. Never.
No, but you have known women to kill people because of it.
Well, yeah, but if it's that bad, then definitely get the treatment. But my family, it's not that bad. My
Oh
genetics
well.
say it's not that bad. D, you have just been suspended. Critical thought. Perhaps those drugs are covered. LOL. You just have to suspend critical thought. I'm sorry. And yeah, I've been on steroids so much for my asthma over the years, Art. Oh my God. And
Hey,
D,
hey,
I
hey,
know
hey.
you're on it all the time.
Hey, I've been on it for the past. I have what, 2.5 weeks to go, and I've been really good, haven't I?
Yes. And I was going to say, you've managed this one really good. Or it just
Yes.
wasn't out of your system and you're balanced. Because it is a
This is
hormone.
yes, it
Prednisone,
is.
Metro is a hormone. It's a steroid. It's a hormone. It messes with your hormones. So it does do that. And I've been on it. And I mean, I'm starting at 100 milligrams and tapering down over months. It's been that bad. So yeah, steroids are the usual go-to for me as well. And when the four asthma medications I'm on don't work, they throw in steroids. It's like yay.
Yeah,
So,
well,
but I had to correct that. Those are not asthma medicines. They are COPD. Then there's menopause. The drug of choice is for that is bourbon. Trust me. Yep. Let me pin
that's
that
funny.
so everyone else can see it clearly.
That's funny.
But again,
Uh,
I would like to see like the medicines for people who have a rare bone condition and it costs them $3,000 every month to get their
hmm
medication. Let's work on something like that. Um,
Yeah.
I mean,
Or like I said, how about I'd like to be able to try this medication that is $15,000 an infusion.
mhm,
How about that? That would be that I'd say that would be rather significant, don't you?
especially if it works.
Exactly.
Then your
I
insurance
would
could
think,
save a shit ton of money because it's
uh-huh.
something that actually mitigates having to take some of these other pills you're on.
Well, how about it would prevent me from having being in a coma, having to be on life support, having to be in an ICU, having to be in the hospital
Hmm
3 to 4 times a year, having to spend a month in a nursing home. Oh,
They could
but
save a
no.
lot of money
Yeah. On yeah, uh-huh.
because what you end up getting built up in hospital stays each year
Could.
is
Yeah,
absolutely more than the price each month.
correct.
Just saying.
I know.
It's wild. And again, this is where he made
Because
it
I'm
sound
telling you,
grander than it is.
right. And here's one of two things that's going to either happen. Either the insurance company is going to be like, you know what, D, you way just cost us too much money. So next time around, we're just going to let you die. Or it's going to be like, bitch, we have so much money invested in you. You're living
You're
till
not
you're going to
allowed
be
to die.
169. Yeah, you're not. You're going to be one of those voters that's going to be collecting
You'll
that
be
Social
collecting
Security check
SSI.
at, yep, at 169, right?
They will
That's
find a way to
that's going to
artificially keep you alive till your body
like
just
what,
says, screw
200,
this.
right? Yep, yep. It's going to be
Oh,
one or the other. They're going to say either die or you're going to live forever. It's going to
they'll
be
be
one or
like,
the
we're going
other.
to ship you to Canada for a couple weeks.
No,
Or
no. When I
you're becoming
call
the
up,
first cyborg.
no, yeah, I'm either going to be the first cyborg or it's going to be. We have a beach house for you down in New Jersey. Yeah. Uh-huh. Then I got to worry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Or, yeah. Or, hey,
Yeah.
have you met Jack Kevorkian? He's a really good friend of ours.
It's gonna be something. So I'll just have to worry about that phone call.
Yep. And
How?
again, I've seen this so many times where they're like, "Oh, we're gonna lower the cost of insulin," and it's like $5. Now, I am
Yep.
glad insulin came down, but that's not the only medication that's absolutely insane. People with
Right.
COPD, Spiriva works great. Why are they paying $240 a month for Spiriva?
Right. Because again, how much money in total could possibly be saved? But again,
Mm-hmm.
the insurance companies, their actuaries, this is all mapped out. This is all planned out. They know what you're going to do. They have the industry pretty well planned out, and they're not going to
It's a
lose money.
monopoly. It's like
Yeah, it
a
is.
giant monopoly board across the world.
And when you get your renewals each year, and you go and you look at what your insurance is going to cover, and you go, oh well, oh this is great. They're going to take our office visits from $35 a visit to $25 a visit. Well, go further into your benefits booklet and you will find that the insurance company has made that money up somewhere else. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
so you need blood work every month. Guess what? Your out of pocket instead of $10 is now $15. Or your x ray
Well, I was
went
just
from,
talking to someone the other day. The cost, okay, what Medicaid and Medicare pay for a lab draw, a blood draw,
right,
does not even cover the tubes, alcohol swabs, cotton ball, tourniquet, and band-aid that you put on the patient, let alone the hub and the needle holder. It doesn't cover that. You can't do enough blood draws to cover. Okay, it costs, let's say, $45 in equipment to do a blood draw. They're paying $6 tops.
mm-hmm.
Medicaid and Medicare will not pay more than that.
Well, why
And
is it that they determined that's what the value is worth?
because that's what the government said you're going to accept for it, anything else you have to go after the patient for.
Right? And they do, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Right? Yes, they do.
I am telling you, I've been on the ordering end of those tubes and all the equipment to do blood draws. I did blood draws. Heck, I was the one they sent most of the time because I could get blood from almost anyone. It was very rare I didn't get blood on a draw. And so I would be the one sent to do blood draws while the doctor's there, or they would send me out in a car by myself or with one other person, and I would have to drive around all over parts of Michigan and collect blood from people. Put it in a nice chest in the back with the freezer packs, get it back, spin it down, process the paperwork, send it out, wait for the results to come back to distribute them to the doctors with the highlighted areas that are abnormal. That was what I did for years, on top of other things.
Right.
So, I mean, it was just one part of what my job was as a medical assistant for home health care.
Right.
And again, we were one of the agencies that actually did the testing because some of them won't even do that.
Right.
So, yeah, it is absolutely wild what Medicare and Medicaid will pay a practice to do this stuff. Oh, an EKG? Yeah, that's like $4, $5. You run an EKG. That's why people run EKGs so frequently, or they used
Yep.
to. Every time you went to the doctors, we need an EKG. We need an EKG.
I haven't. Yeah, asked me the last time that happened.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
The medical assistant would wheel in the EKG machine with the blood pressure cuff and stuff. We need an
Yep.
EKG on you every time you've come to visit. Really? Yeah. Anywhere to make a few bucks to mitigate the cost, we put into
Right.
buying this machine, and yeah, it's wild. And honestly, the doctors are the ones and the patients. Like the staff and the patients are the ones who are going to get hit the worst. The admins, the managers, they're all going to get paid no matter how many patients are seen, unless they get laid
Exactly.
off.
Right.
But the doctors, they're usually on a contract. You get to see so many patients each month, and well, you have to see so many patients each month to get this much in pay.
Right.
It's a contract thing. It's not paid per patient. Well, there are some places that do per patient, but it's not worth it. And then you look at your paying medical assistants, secretaries, staff to run around, file paperwork, do this, do that. It is almost impossible to keep a practice open as a standalone private practice these days.
Well, that goes for even any small business.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've talked about this before. Eric having his own small, as a sole proprietor of what we have to pay out in insurances and the state taxes, and you have to have a state construction license, a city construction license,
Yep.
electrical license, a HVAC license, a refrigerator license.
Oh, and let's
There's
not
like,
forget, in the medical field, if you're an insurance adjuster, all
yep.
you have to take is medical terminology
Mm-hmm.
and billing and coding. You do not
Yep.
have to understand more than the diagnosis means. Oh, it's a heart condition because you see
And that's
cardio
funny.
in
Yeah.
it.
And that's funny you say that because that goes the exact same thing for building inspectors. You
They
just
don't
need to know the
actually need.
terminology. Yeah,
Yep.
you don't need to even know how to turn a screw.
You don't even need to know what it actually means.
Correct.
And that's a big qualm I've had because I guarantee insurance companies would do a hell of a lot better if they hired retired nurses and doctors.
Mm-hmm. Although, I don't know, after what I've been watching with nurses lately and
That's why I
teachers.
said retired nurses and
Okay.
doctors, the older ones that
Okay.
actually did medical anything, not just sat there and punched it into a computer. I'm talking the old school nurses who know how to do a gravity drip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, I have issues with when you're sitting there saying what is allowed and what isn't allowed, and you've never worked in the field.
Right.
I have issues with that.
Yeah. Or like my one graduate professor that never held a job.
And was still somehow teaching.
Mm-hmm.
At least in my case, when I went for a medical assistant, all the college professors did work in the medical field at some point. They were all
Mm-hmm.
older, ready to retire, but still didn't want to quite retire. So they were right in that zone where they went to teaching after being nurses or whatever for decades on end. One was an EMT, then went into billing, nursing, then went to billing and coding and administrative work, and then went to teaching. So, yeah, I had some of the best teachers. They actually had hands on experience. I don't like that my medical future is dictated by someone who happened to pass medical terminology by the third time. Because
I know.
you still get hired with a C as a passing grade.
Wait, I know somebody that took a teaching test, like to be licensed to be a teacher in the state, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they failed all 3 times. What did they do? They turned around and became a nurse.
I
Tell me
passed
how.
medical terminology with an A minus. I passed anatomy and physiology my very first time with a C plus.
I just don't
Two
understand how
hardest
you
classes
failed.
to ever take.
Yeah, I don't understand how you failed the teaching exam, but you passed the nursing exam. Okay. Mhm. Oh, just go figure. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. It's gotten out of hand. The bureaucracy. They have a million people pushing papers
Well,
across the United States, and they don't know the first thing about what's actually happening out in the world in that
well,
field.
speaking of that crazy bee, I don't know if you have, cause I don't know since I don't know other than the way I sent it to you today. By any chance, could you pull up that one video on the head of the teachers union?
Yes, I can, because we've been busy rambling for almost an hour and a half about
Well,
everything on here. Let me see if I
yeah,
can find it. One second.
because I think that would help out with this is kind of this is Randy Weingartner's uh I guess they're frenemies, I guess is what you would call them, because one's of the National Teachers Association, the other's the National Educators Association, I think it is. So they're kind of rivals, but they also are both
Was it this
leftists,
one? Oh, this
socialists.
one right here.
Yeah, this
Hold
one.
on.
Yeah. Now
Hold
this
on.
is
They
this
can't
is
see yet. They can't see. I didn't want to
okay.
jump through all the tabs with
Okay.
putting them through seeing all the tabs. So now they can see.
Okay. So she is in charge of the union, the teachers, one of the teachers unions, and I want you to watch her. This is part of it. This is who is talking to your principals, your school superintendents, and your teachers to teach your children that are in preschool through 12th grade.
Mm-hmm. Let's listen to her for 11 seconds. Well, Art, I know you want to sit on your hands, but would you have ever joined a union that acted this way? I wouldn't. My kids are being pulled from school if I saw this. But thank God my kids are pretty much done with school.
I am just appalled.
Mm-hmm.
This is all okay. So then, why don't you continue then, Crazy Bee, since we're talking about teachers? And I guess this is probably why you might fail. Why don't you pull the ones with the kids, the two with the kids?
Let me find those on the show notes. Um,
See, I'm seeing how good she is today, people. So I hit
I'm
her
not
right before I hit her right before what 6 a little after 6 Eastern Standard Time, and
something
then
like
now I'm going,
that.
yeah, something like that.
Oh, is it
Uh,
this one?
there's one in Washington, and there's two of them.
Okay, this one, and then the one before it. Let's start with
Yeah,
this one. Um, from Tom
yeah.
Homan, and
It
then I'll
says
jump to the next one.
okay. Go ahead. Then there might be three in told.
Yeah, let's just listen because all this guy did was put out the transcript as his
Okay, go
post.
ahead. Go ahead.
Why don't you show the funeral of Rachel Moore? Why don't you listen to the 19 minutes of Nick and Riley fighting for her life? Not that she was, murdered. That for 19 minutes she fought for every breath, fought to survive. How terrified these young women were to be raped and murdered. How about that? How about we educate these children on President Trump making this country safe again? How about we educate the children on the last administration? 500,000 children were smuggled in this country. They lost track of 300,000 of them. And President Trump found 145,000 of them. 145,000 children that the last administration wasn't even looking for. Why don't we talk about the 250,000 Americans died from fentanyl across that open border? Why don't we talk about the record number of known suspected terrorists across that border? Or the historic increase in sex trafficking in women and children? Let's talk about that. President Trump saving lives every day. The border is the most secure we have in history. Less women are being raped. Less people are dying making that journey. This country's safe again. Let's tell that story.
I agree.
Okay, and this is in response to what Crazy Bee? Why did he say this? Because
Um,
children,
children are being
children,
radicalized as low as preschool, which I will have a video on for tomorrow or Monday.
right,
I have
so,
that,
right,
and then
and then there's,
this.
yeah,
So, Cascade Middle School in Washington took kids to an anti-ICE protest during school without informing parents. I don't know if I'm going to.
Just called and said that his school just brought him to a protest. So he's currently at a fucking protest. I'm fitting to go rage. Who the fuck said you could bring my child to a protest? Any of our kids to a protest. They see what's happening today. Bringing kids out there now. Purposely in schools. Washington State. Send this out. Washington State. Sending their kids to protest. I'll see you soon. Let me give you a little rundown on the way there. White Center, we call out here Rat City. If anybody from Washington State knows this Rat City is not an area you bring kids, let alone bring kids to a protest in this piece of shit city. If anybody knows White Center, you know Rat City is dangerous. Why are you bringing our kids into dangerous territory with fucking protesting going on? Anyway, I'll see you soon. See you in the next video. It looks like they made it
so,
all back to the school already before I can get.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, so the issue here is not only, well, one, the parents weren't informed that it was field trip day, right? You know, I thought back in the day we went to the museum and looked at dinosaur bones. Or,
Yeah.
you know, the biggest to do around here was actually getting to go in a submarine and look at a submarine,
Uh
or
huh.
go to the the planetarium, or the
Because
observatory.
my
Yeah,
school took us to the Detroit Auto Show.
yeah. I mean, well, the biggest thing I would say I ever saw was in middle school. They took us to see Jesus Christ Superstar, which I thought was, now that I think about it, wonder why, but I can think of many reasons why. But it was very interesting.
I still prefer
Um,
Joseph in the
but
Technicolor, the amazing
oh,
Technicolor Dreamcoat.
colorful,
That's my
right?
favorite. But
And but this, so one, you didn't notify the parents. Two, there's the issue of just ICE in general. But three, and most importantly, is the safety factor.
uh
You
huh.
know, I mean, the fact that how violent these protests have taken. Could you imagine your kid getting separated and not? They could be trampled.
What
They
if
could
there was
be
a
hit.
medical emergency?
Yes. Who? How many chaperones did they take? Normally, you got what, 30 kids, and you might have 4 people, maybe
I think it's supposed to
five.
be one person for every 10 students as a chaperone, the last I knew. Yeah, this is a
This is
no.
crazy. I mean, unbelievable.
I like Art's comment. Whether you're informed or not, whether you inform the parents or not, who in their right mind takes kids to a protest? There are parents who have been taking their kids to protests. One group, one lovely couple, left their newborn baby in a car
Yes.
and with the
And
windows down to circulate air, and tear gas got deployed.
yes, and that we covered that. That was a story that the mainstream media spun, that said ICE had attacked that child, and that was not true. The parents left that baby in that car unattended.
Uh huh.
ICE had ICE had nothing to do with that.
There was a video of a 7-year-old girl who got tear gassed. Parents were there.
Yeah.
Well, mom was
Yeah.
there. I don't know about dad. But it's still bullshit. who, like, this is what I mean by like common sense is
Oh no,
not
but see,
even close.
they're gonna take their child to learn about this is how protests, this is you were part of history. Is it any different than people that took their children to see Martin Luther King?
I didn't see nearly as many kids in the protests on the lines getting hosed down with fire hoses
True.
back in the 60s because most of those kids were in school.
Mm-hmm. Just wondering, what excuses are the parents using? They're saying things like, you need to know, you need to learn to become particularly you're going to become an activist, right?
Yeah, it's
So,
not your civic duty to be an idiot. It's your civic
right,
duty to protest wrongful things, like a tyrannical government, like what England did to the colonies when it was first started. Stuff like that
the
is
crazy
one
bee,
thing.
they're saying that this is tyrannical, what
No,
ICE
it's
is doing.
not. No, he's just enforcing the laws Obama put on the books.
But why are you going back? They don't want to hear that. See,
I don't
that's
give
the
two
other thing.
shits. History
I'm
plays
just
into everything.
No, but that's what they're saying is why are we going back and why are you talking
Well,
about what
because you
Obama did?
fucktards keep bringing up that it was from slavery. Let's go even further back then. Let's go further back until no man existed. Let's go to Adam and Eve. It's a futile thing. The laws that Trump is using right now have been on the books for decades,
Well, yeah,
even
and you
before
saw
Obama.
Obama gave Tom Homan that Medal of Freedom award
Yes.
because Homan did such a good job.
They want to talk about tyrannical? What about Venezuela? What about what's going on in China? What about what's going in Iran? Where people have a legitimate reason to protest and a legitimate reason to put their lives on the line. We are spoiled fucking brats in this country.
Well, we will have, since we can never seem to, next week we'll have it. Maybe tomorrow, if we want to do a little bit of lightness, because it is kind of funny, but uh, Crazy B and I have been going back and forth about what's going on at the Grammys, right? So, our
Mm-hmm.
Billy, are you
Eilish.
okay? Yeah, I know. I
Oh,
couldn't. I was nothing. The big pan dropped anyway.
oh,
Uh,
I didn't hear a
yeah,
clatter. I just
yeah,
heard you
yeah,
pause, like
yeah,
you were thinking on the name.
yeah. No, I was making sure he was okay because never mind. So, she opens her big mouth saying we're on stolen land, right?
No
And
one
so
is
now
illegal on stolen land.
stolen
Exact
land,
quote.
right? And so our girl now is going to be meeting the attorney that represents the Indian nation that
That
she so
owned
eloquently threw out there. And so they want their stolen land back along with her, anywhere ranging from 3 million to
multi-million
50
dollar
million. Don't
mansion.
know.
Yup.
Yes. Mhm.
Her
Yep.
mansion sitting on that stolen land that
Yes.
she threw out there. So what?
Yeah. And she
Yeah.
admitted to it. So they're going after her for their land back. Yeah. I want to see.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll have details on that. Open mouth, insert foot.
Oh, there are
And
so
then
many
we had,
people in the limelight that do that.
yeah, there's Lady Gaga was in Japan and
Oh, I
she
heard
went on,
she really fucked up.
oh my, big time. She went on a rant like you could not believe in front of the Japanese. And
Yeah.
so, what the stupid idiot didn't realize is Japan has one of the most strictest immigration laws on the books. And they looked at her like she was out of her ever loving mind. She didn't get a standing ovation. They they were
They booed
polite,
her.
but yeah, they were like, I mean,
This
again, how do these people go to these places and not know their audience, who they're talking to?
because they are truly that isolated from society. They
That's a
think
shame.
that because they have a lot of money and they've traveled to these places, they know something about it, but they don't understand the culture of where they're going. I know more about Japan than Lady Gaga does.
Yeah.
And I'm talking for the
Okay.
culture.
So Ellen, and I don't follow this crap. This is just what's come out in the last couple days. So Ellen, we apparently missed it, Crazy B, called for a protest boycott on January 30th. I don't even know what the hell it's about yet. And so the day she calls for the protest, it makes the paper out there in LA and whatever. And the same day that all this information is out there about this protest, the boycott, get rid of
Mm-hmm.
ICE, blah, 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 the housing market, blah, blah, blah. This idiot is out looking for a brand new multi-million-dollar home. The
Oh, because she
same
sold the one
day.
and moved to England? Is that the same
Yes,
one? And now she's moving
yes.
back and needs a new home?
I guess. George Clooney.
Another one.
That poor guy. There was a major robbery right next door to where he lives. He now does not feel safe living in London. Where are they
Oh,
going to move to next?
back to America and their gated communities. Like
Probably.
Rosie O'Donnell. Ireland didn't want her.
No, they still don't. They're like,
Get the hell
change our name
out.
up. They don't
Just
want her
because
here.
your ancestors came from here doesn't mean we tolerate you or we like you.
Right, right.
It's like,
Again,
mm,
even if we have the stolen land argument of the Indian nations, right? Who who are we going to decide, because they were always warring factions between them, and who's going to say who took which land from whom? And how are we going to determine that? The same
well,
way, how are
and
we going
that's
to
what got my
determine?
sister to call me a racist bigot and a racist Kieran and all that stuff because I said, well, who really does it go back to? The cavemen?
Right. And even they had wars between them. Club the woman on the head, drag them back to
Oh, so I
your
ran.
little plant. Yeah,
Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
I know, I know.
I'm so sick of people who are looking back on history, seeing where we went wrong, and somehow thinking we have to pay for something. I mean, my ancestors were none of the colonials. Okay, they didn't come over till the 1890s at the earliest. Any of my
Hmm.
ancestors. Yet somehow I'm supposed to feel guilty for what someone else's family did? Fuck you.
Right.
Sorry. No. I'm never going to apologize for something somebody else did. That's not my place to apologize. And all the people involved in it have been dead. Even the
For
Civil
how
War.
long? Right.
Everyone who was
Yeah.
actually a slave is now dead from the
Well,
Civil
not
War.
only that, but okay, but if that's the case, then what about all of the Northerners who fought against the Southerners who were killed fighting slavery? There were more of them that were killed than in the majority of the wars of Americans that were killed. Um, was it up to Vietnam? I think it was. Um,
Yeah, I think
was it
so.
Vietnam? I
Up
think
to
it was.
World War I and World War II set records. So
Okay.
Vietnam was a still less than World War I,
I don't
but
want to
I
call the
believe it was more
numbers
than
out.
two.
Yeah, we have it in our notes somewhere, and again, that's future programming. Don't
I'm just
hold your
going off the
breath.
top of my head trying to remember which
Yeah,
order was the deadliest.
yeah,
And
but
honestly, when it came to
but
just Americans versus Americans, the Civil War is the only one that actually stands
right.
out as the most deadly.
So, what happens to all those families that fought to abolish slavery? Do they get some type of reparation for their family for their
Here's the
loss of
thing:
life?
the Civil War wasn't even about slavery. It was about a handful of states wanting to separate from the Union. It wasn't. It had nothing to do with slavery until Oh, well, Lincoln tried basically, Lincoln wanted them industrialized. The South said, no, we're not able to change over that quickly and still support ourselves. So Lincoln tariffed the fuck out of them. They're like, okay, peace out, bye.
Right.
Slavery was not an issue until Lincoln needed more support from the North and other states. It's again that twisted history. They didn't. It's not like there were people in this. Again, only 1 to 2% of any Americans in history in that time frame owned slaves. And many of the slave owners, there was quite a few slave owners that were black themselves. Freed slaves
Correct.
bought slaves.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on what was going down in Jamaica and other countries where slavery was extremely rampant.
And not
And
only that, but in African nations, they
yes,
tribes fought amongst each other and took each other's as slaves. And
yes, and that's
so
how
when
they
the
ended
king,
up sold to America and other
that's
countries.
correct,
But still,
because
the cause of the Civil War wasn't slavery.
when the ships landed in Africa, they did not have to go into the inners of Africa to
Nope,
you know,
it was too deadly.
with,
They just met them on the
that's,
beaches.
that's correct.
And again, I'm not supporting slavery. I am stating
No, we are
factual
not.
history.
And in fact, that's correct. And there's slavery that goes on today that we hear
Oh,
mainstream media say nothing about it.
hey, for all the
Talk
people in the
about,
South owning slaves, why was Rhode Island the major port that all the slavers went to?
mm-hmm,
Rhode Island. Does that sound like a southern state to you?
does
If
not.
you know your geography, you know it's right up there by Massachusetts and Delaware and all those other ones up there. It's not in the South, but they had more slaves come through their ports than any southern port. So I'm sorry, bite me. And Abraham Lincoln also allowed slavery to remain in effect in the states that bordered the South in return for them staying in the Union. Yes, another fact of inconvenience. And oh, by the way, there were indentured servitude servants in the northern
Oh my
states
God.
until pretty much
Yeah.
towards the end of the war. And then, oh, by the way, you want to talk about racism and segregation? In the North, there was some towns that absolutely refused to let freed slaves move there in the North.
Yes.
So, bite me. Factual
Go ahead.
history.
Yeah. And talk about indentured servants. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
that was mostly Irish.
Yes, ma'am. And that would be from where a lot of my family hailed from.
Yep. And you were sometimes treated just as bad, if not worse,
Not worse.
than the slave drivers of the South because, again, you injure your slave or you maim your slave, they can no longer work.
Yep.
You are losing out money. There were bad slave owners and drivers. Yes, there were bad ones. But most of them had the common sense to not maim their slaves. I mean, that's like going out, grabbing a plow horse, breaking its leg, and then being, oh, wow, what am I going to do now?
You can't plow the field, right?
It'd be, and again, I'm using logic, not emotion. So I'm sorry if you don't like it. Quit looking at it through the rose tinted glasses of the future. The fact is, back then, slaves did not get paid, but they got food, they got clothing, they got medical care, because the longer a slave is sick, the less they can do for you, and that means loss of money. Think about it. We still have that on ranches. I'll work, but you cover my living costs. That's on ranches
and you know what?
in America.
Right. And that would be called illegal
No,
aliens.
no, it's not all
no,
illegal aliens. There are Americans
it's
who
not
choose
all.
to live on a ranch and get paid
Yeah,
to
but
do
I'm
so.
not.
Don't get
Yeah,
paid to
I'm
do
not
so. But yeah.
I'm not discounting that, but I'm saying a large portion, and as the governor of Wisconsin said, without our illegal aliens, the whole who's going to pick our crop industry is this whole state's going to collapse. The whole state.
Sounds like you might need to hire some students over the summer. I'm just
And this is
saying, there's
true. Go
college
ahead.
students, high school students can do manual labor. They just got to get
Yeah.
used to doing it. They've
Okay.
been pampered.
Let's bring the chain gangs back.
I
What about the
agree.
prisoners?
I absolutely agree. There
That's a
are
job I could
means.
do.
Nobody
You know
wants
what?
to do it.
That's a job you and I could do, either from a hospital bed in a nice reclined position. I could hold a shotgun over some prisoners, picking some crops.
Yeah, just give me a give me an adjustable bed in the back of a pickup truck. I've got good aim.
In the back of a pickup truck. There we go. Oh,
I don't like history or agree with it, but that doesn't mean it's less true. Thank you, Art. And again, everything I have said can be proven. Every single thing I have said can be proven.
yes, YouTube. So look it up, or if you need to, come ask us. We'll show you where to find it.
And it's not my opinion because my ancestors left Czechoslovakia right after slavery got abolished there because the Muslim Turks like to take my family's people and drag them and use them for slavery. 1920s was when they finally got freed of that shit. 1929 they came to the United States. My family came in. Now, I would have to dig through further records to see if anyone directly. I know my grandfather, my great grandfather, and my great grandmother were not enslaved, but I don't know about anyone above them. But my ancestors, relatives from that region, were very much enslaved by Muslim Turks. And it wasn't just that region. All those Southeast European countries were getting hit. So that was into the 1920s, 60 years after slavery ended.
Mm-hmm.
60 years. Shut up. There's still slavery going on. Afghanistan just voted to have slavery put back into place. Anyone talking about that? Well, they're going to sit there and cry and whine and complain about America's history? How about what's going on right now?
Right.
I'm just old enough to remember Cesar Chavez and the battles in California about getting the kids to not work and a few others. Yeah. Again, history is really jacked up, and I have no problem with kids working summer jobs and weekend jobs.
Yeah, I agree.
I used to do it. My kids have done it. My son now can walk his happy ass 3 miles in ankle or further deep snow to get to work because he knows that working brings in money better than living off of mom and dad.
Right.
My son's even agreed to help pay the electric, put money on the electric. And he's going to buy some food. And he's going to help pay the phone bill when it comes in. And he's going to help pay rent. But not right away. We're giving it time for the money to start flowing in and we know what he's actually getting. So we can budget it out. And he has his bank account set up to instantly move 10% of his check over to savings right away before he even gets his check landed fully.
Right.
So I think I can say learning to work from a young age is a very good thing for Americans.
Yeah,
I absolutely think it is a good thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm sorry, this absolutely went into tangents that we did not expect. But y'all got a good history lesson for anyone who does not know actual history. Well, your son can't tell his kids how he walked to work uphill both ways in the snow.
No, he gets to say it was so bad I actually had to lay down and take a rest.
He did. That one day I was
know.
about to call the cops.
I
Oh my
know.
God. Absolute panic because my son was not answering his phone. It's because he was in a coveralls, like the Dickies coveralls, laying in the snow, giving his legs a break.
Yes. So he'll have any story that his children, it'll be like, yeah, tell your grandmother, her and her walking uphill doesn't mean anything. I had to lay down and take a rest.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Again, it's like, really? I do have to say I absolutely love that my kids know the value of money. They know the value of their time. They know what it means to work hard. They do know. And my son walked in, and there was someone graffitied above a urinal. It says report and deport. Just those
Oh
two
no.
words. Report and deport, because it had the and symbol above a urinal in the bathroom today.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. My son and his coworkers have to clean that up. Please stop graffitiing the frickin' bathrooms and gas stations and truck stops. Oh, it's
Well,
just
could
insane.
be
But,
worse.
well, it could
It
have
could
been the
be
poop
worse.
in the urinal or the poop on
Yeah,
the
it could be
toilet.
worse. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, he's had to clean up other people's excrement already. And he's only been there, what, 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
Yep.
Yeah, he just got his second check. So 3 weeks he's been there. My son, and again, it was what, not even a week after he started working, the caliper broke on the Escalade. So for 2 weeks, he's been walking to and from work. And I mean, once in a while, they'll get a ride, but for the most part, he's hiking it.
Right.
He goes in snowmobile boots and a Dickies coverall to stay warm. Hmm.
Jeez.
There's nothing wrong with it. I've done it before. And if you haven't done it, you're spoiled.
There you go.
So your opinion is null and void at this point.
He doesn't want to hear it.
Oh
Okay,
God, sorry.
Chrissy, what time we rolling up on?
We have got 4 minutes. We can just do the exit.
Okay. I'm done for the day. I got to get prepared for tomorrow.
Yep. I am at the same. This weekend's gonna be tough. We got to do all the cleaning. So
Right.
yeah. So that's basically, yeah, the history lessons, the social lessons, all of that great stuff for today.
Yeah, we'll try not to do it rest of the week.
Yeah, right. It's good for everybody. It is good to
Yep.
have these lessons though. To hell with this nonsense. Y'all gotta just get over yourselves.
Yep. Don't
Hmm.
disagree with that.
I've
All right,
just
Crazy
had it.
B, I'm done.
I'm getting everything ready to put into the description because we bounced around a little bit.
Yes, we did.
Mostly talking about how the bullcrap of the pharmaceuticals, because, why would they be honest about what medications there really are? Oh, JJ, you're back just in time for us to dip out. uh, and I
Hey,
understand why you took
JJ.
cannabis earlier. I do get it, and I'm not upset. So, let me update the description, and yep, we're good.
All right. All right. Well, JJ, we hope you can join us a little earlier tomorrow. You missed a little different video today than we originally had planned.
We actually
But
never covered anything on the actual topics list, I believe, that we had.
yes, we did. We planned on doing the Trump thing. We planned on doing the
No,
school thing.
the initial
Yeah,
thing
we did.
though, the initial what I put for the title was the not what we actually covered.
Okay, well,
I can change it or just leave it and
okay,
put oops across it like I did last time.
there you go. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining Rex Sisters. We hope to see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe. And with that, I'm done. I am going to bed because tomorrow is coming. If I'm up at 1 o'clock, shoot me.
And I'm gonna just tell everyone to stay safe, stay sane, stay sober, and we will catch y'all tomorrow. And we'll
All
pick
right,
up
good
on the
night.
stuff we did not cover today unless something else comes up. Sorry, this Friday, Sunday is volunteering at the high school theater festival. Ooh, that'll be fun.
Who's
Trump
doing
tends
that?
to JJ, and
Okay.
Trump and Art says Trump tends to derail everything.
This is true. We'll blame Trump. There we go.
We can absolutely get away with blaming Trump on this one. So
I like that.
I
Okay.
like that idea too.
Great.
So
All right. Good night.
good night.